Hi, it's Kim, Notes from My Needle. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've had a really busy summer, enjoying the sunshine. Not so much the humidity, but I guess we'll just jump right in. I've got my handy dandy notes so I don't forget anything. This is FlossTube number 13. I never thought that when I started doing these I would actually kind of continue on with it, and it's kind of been sporadic, but I'm really enjoying it and people seem to be enjoying it, so I'll keep going. So I'm going to start with my finishes. My first finish I have is Llama Lump by Plum Street Samplers. Sorry, the light's shining through it there. Probably should have gotten something to hold up behind it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I did initially start it 1/1, and I have that right here. I did initially start it 1/1, but I ended up not continuing on with that because even though I liked the look of it, the llama's faces, I don't know if you can tell that here, but their muzzles are done 1/1. So I actually ended up going with a higher count fabric so that I could do it 2/2, and then I did the faces 2/1. And I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this as a little like stuffed finish or if I'm going to maybe do a flat fold. I haven't really decided yet. I do have Gobble Gob in my stash to do, and I'm going to kind of see how that turns out before I decide how I'm going to finish them off to display them. I did see a dough bowl at Michael's that I really liked, so I may end up going and grabbing that and turning them into the little cushions and arranging them in the little dough bowl. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I'm using DMC floss for this. The next one I have finished is I Love Fall by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Last fall I did Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, so I thought I would do this as a kind of companion. I don't know if I'm going to finish it like they show them to finish them off as like a block, because I'm having a hard time finding the styrofoam blocks. I have found some floral styrofoam, but it shed so much that I really don't want to get that all over my piece. So I don't know, I might do that as just like a flat mount as well, and then maybe, I don't know, put some picks in the top and do it as a wall hanging, but I don't really have a whole lot of space for seasonal stuff to hang, so I'm not really sure. I haven't, if any of you have finished this in a way that's not the blocks that they show how to finish, let me know, because I'd love to see that and get some inspiration. But yeah, super happy with it. It was a super quick stitch, and I really like the colors. I changed out this red. I changed to a different color just because I wanted to use what I had in my stash, and I had the majority of the called for DMC with the exception of that red, so I literally just pulled up a picture and matched the color as best as I could to something that was in my stash. And I'm really happy with it for the most part. So next I'm going to move on to whips, and I've really only worked on one whip because those two were whips and I finished them to completion. So this is Six Fat Men by Lizzie Kate. I am working on this bottom block here, and I've just recently put in this house. I had purchased a lap frame with scroll rods, and I had tried this piece out on that to do that blue house, and I ended up pulling it off. It made my stitching so slow. It was so awkward. I don't know if it's the frame I bought or just that I don't prefer to stitch on frames like that. But I found it really tedious, and really, it just made my stitching way more slow. Like, that little house is something that I would be able to get done in like probably 30 minutes, and it was like over an hour trying to stitch on this lap frame. It was just the most awkward thing ever, and I ended up returning it because I hated it that much. Let's get into some haul. I don't have a whole lot of haul to show you physically. I do have some fabric and floss. So I purchased this piece of 18 count Ada from Hand Dyed by Rolanda on Etsy. And I also purchased some skeins of this variegated floss to go with it. And I'm going to do Coffee Quaker on this piece in this floss, in this variegated floss. Instead of using the called for colors and switching the colors, I'm going to do the whole thing in this variegated floss. And I think that's going to turn out really nice. And I'm really happy with this. Other than that, I have some patterns that I purchased, but they're PDF. So if I can figure out how to insert photos at the end, I'll show you what I bought. But Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery had a sale when it was one of the designer's birthdays. So I ended up picking up I Love Fall, Berry Picking, Christmas Goodies, Easy Peasy, Summer Nights, Waves Galore, and Witch Better, which are all like their cube finish ones, and they're all pretty quick stitches and really cute. I especially like the Witch Better Have My Candy, and I think that'd be so sweet for Halloween. And that may be next on my list to start, because, I mean, it's almost September now, so it's kind of got to get that Halloween stitching in so that I have enough time to display it. I did also purchase a foundation paper piecing quilt pattern called Wonderland, and it's from Lo Ray Me on Etsy. And it's paper piecing of Alice, the Queen of Hearts, Mad Hatter, and the Cheshire Cat. And it's all together. It's just like a wall hanging. Or obviously you could buy, I think she had other Alice in Wonderland patterns, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum maybe. Or she does have like some foundation paper piece patterns of like Disney princesses and the villains, and you can make cute little wall hangings or quilts or whatever. Anyway, I just bought that one package because I thought that would be like, I love Alice in Wonderland. I thought it would be cute to hang up above my sewing machine. And then I do have some Alice in Wonderland printed fabric that was gifted to me, so I was thinking that maybe I could do either Alice or the Queen of Hearts and make a project bag and use the Alice in Wonderland fabric as like the backing or the edging or whatever. And I don't know, I thought it might look nice, so I figured I'll kind of give that a go. Sorry about the lighting behind me. There's not really a whole lot I can do about that. There's no blind on that window. So sorry if that bothers you. The other things I purchased is I bought some scissors. Uh-oh. Where'd the other pair go? Oh no. Okay. I don't know where the other pair of scissors went. I had them right here. Interesting. I'll show you this first, actually. Oops. There goes one pair of scissors on the floor. I bought a bunch of these mini hoops, these little 3-inch hoops from Michaels. And then I bought 2 of these wood discs. And I can't remember where I saw it, but somebody made a scissor holder using embroidery hoops like this. So I bought 5 of these little hoops, and what they did is they stacked them all like this, and they stained them. They were all glued together, so the embroidery hoops were stacked like this, and then one of these goes on the bottom like such, and then the top one you drill holes in and it goes on the top, and then you have a little scissor holder. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to stain this. I have a dark like walnutty color, and I'm going to use this for scissors, and I might make a video on that when I put that together. I'm just gonna find those scissors. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. I had everything resting on like a laundry basket next to me, and they fell into my laundry. So I bought 2 pairs of scissors. I bought these, which I really love the handles on, and they're like rainbowy, and they're just really pretty. So I'm really happy with those. I got these on eBay, and they weren't very expensive, a couple of dollars, so happy with those. And then I also got these ones on eBay, and they have like a little kind of pink and blue handles, and again, really pretty. eBay, couple of dollars. Super happy with those. And like I said, I bought a lap frame, but I'm not going to bother showing you that because I've returned it because I hated it so much. The next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of my plans or lack thereof. Jolly July didn't go as I planned. I was going to stitch like Christmas ornaments and stuff like that, and I did start 2 Prairie Schoolers, one 1/1 and one 2/2. The 2/2 one I stopped because I made a mistake somewhere and I can't find it, and it's driving me nuts. The 1/1 I had to stop because I really couldn't see it, so I did end up buying like a little magnifier lamp. It's just a clip-on. the magnifier there, and the LED light. So, I mean, and that's helped, but to be honest, I haven't really felt like stitching Christmas. I've basically just been, you know, stitching what I want, when I want, which is typically how I go about things anyway. But I mean, it was too hot most days in July here in Nova Scotia to be sat indoors stitching, and I'm not really one to stitch outside because things get dirty, and we spent most of our days at the beach, and I'm definitely not bringing my cross stitch to the beach to get water and sand and everything else dripped all over it. And I haven't really done much in August because we've been traveling a lot. We were pretty much gone the majority of last week. I had a bunch of family, cousins and aunts and uncles visiting from Alberta, all at my grandmother's house in Cape Breton because she's almost 90, so she's not able to travel. So we ended up going down there for a few days, and then we headed off to the South Shore for my son's graduation from cadets and stayed at a cottage for a few days. While I was at my grandmother's, though, she's recently downsized to a smaller home, and she's very crafty and does a lot of artwork and things, but she couldn't keep everything because she's downsized. So I was gifted with a painting of a lighthouse, which is now hanging in my living room, and I'll throw a photo of that in at the end. And I did also take some Christmas ornaments that she had painted and kind of repurposed a few items into something else. So I'll show you those. She painted this nutcracker, and I'm going to give this one to my son because my daughter did pick out a few things because they call her grandma. She's my nana, so they're great-grandmother. So I'm going to give this to him to take, and this is all toll painted, and she added the hair, and you can see the little holly down there. So I took him for my son. And then this is a Christmas bauble that she painted with snowmen, and I love snowmen, so thought I would take him for my tree this year. And then she did a bunch of ornaments where she took burnt out light bulbs and painted them and turned them into Christmas ornaments, and I took two. So there's Mrs. Claus, and there's Santa. And I just thought it would be nice to have something. I mean, she's going to be 90 this summer, so it's just all of us grandkids ended up taking something. The great-grandkids all took, she used to make pom-pom stuffed toys, so all the great-grandkids, all the cousins took something like that. I do also have a large clock that she made that is all like seashells and rock and everything made to look like a Cinderella castle, and I mean, it's just gorgeous, but it's very fragile because it was made in 1989. So we all took some of that stuff and, you know, kind of went on our way with it, and it was really nice to see all my family members. So that's kind of why I didn't get a whole lot done between traveling and it being so hot and being at the beach. By the time the evening came, and I mean, my daughter also had riding camp, and I mean, between all of the activities we're doing in the summer, by the time the evening came, I was just kind of too tired to do anything except sit in front of the air conditioner and watch Netflix, really. But I mean, now that it's starting to get into fall, which is my favorite, I love the fall, I think I'm going to start plugging away at some stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is finish that block that I'm working on Six Fat Men, and get that out of the way, and then kind of put that away for a little bit, and then there'll be 2 blocks left to do on that, which I think I could probably get done before Christmas so that I can hang it this year. I'm either going to start Coffee Quaker, or I have the Boo Club series by Lizzie Kate, and I have all the threads and the fabric all sitting in a project bag waiting to start it. I don't know if I'll be able to finish that in time to hang it for Halloween, but I may start that just because I'm kind of wanting to do some Halloween-y stitching. Bigger pieces, though, like I know the Just Cross Stitch Halloween special issue has come out, and I mean, they're cute, but realistically I don't go crazy decorating for Halloween, so I don't think I would ever have a purpose for most of those little ornaments. And I'm also going to try to FFO some pieces so that I can get things off my craft table and hung up or stored until they're ready to go. I especially want to get my Tiny Modernist Halloween Sal from last year FFO'd so that I can hang that at Halloween time. But other than that, I mean, I may film doing that, and I may film making the scissor holder as well. So if you're interested in seeing any of that, let me know down below. And until I see you next time, I hope everybody's having a great summer and have a great day. Keep on stitching. Bye!